Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Kia ora, good afternoon. It is garden show time. We're having a chat with the Kapiti Coast District Council Green Gardener, Hannah Zwartz. Good afternoon, Hannah.
Oh, kia ora T.
It's getting really cold out there, so I'm guessing we're going to be talking about that today on the garden show, yeah?
Yep, you can't really avoid it out in the garden at the moment. It is cold. It's like winter's finally hit with a bang. But there are some advantages to the cold.
Yep, killing bugs.
Yep, it kills off all those aphids and things that are lurking around. It's been a funny summer for bugs, actually. A lot of people have said they haven't had so many caterpillars as usual, but the different conditions lead to different bugs. But the cold will definitely help with cleaning them up out of the garden.
Got to keep them off the wet soil too, yeah?
Yeah, you do have to be careful in the garden. I mean, this is a good excuse to stay indoors, but if your soil is at all waterlogged or soggy, then just keep off it, even off the lawn. Walking on wet soil squashes out all the air pockets, and same if you're digging wet soil, you've got to be careful not to end up with big lumps and clods. That's not good for the soil structure. So, yeah, stay indoors. Yeah.
Absolutely. Actually, speaking of staying indoors, we talk about this on Thursday. It's about insulation. And there's something to do with the garden as well?
Well, I just thought the people are noticing the cold, but also if you're thinking about keeping your house warm, it's a question of different layers. So you've got your curtains, you've got your insulation, you've got maybe roof and floor insulation. It's kind of the same in the garden. So the main thing you're wanting to protect plants from those cold winds, which tend to come from the south and east. So you might just want to look around at your shelter belts and maybe plug any gaps. Again, it's good to have different layers. So you might want lower things around your tender veggie garden, maybe lavenders, things like that aren't going to block a lot of sun, but are just going to cut that cold wind. And then around the perimeter fences, you can have taller things.
Hey, there's a lot of this falling from the skies today, and there has been from the last couple of weeks, actually. There's a bit of rain, so we want to have a chat about rain tanks.
Well, yeah, if you're thinking of getting a rain tank, winter's a really good time to get it in. As you stay inside and listen to the rain on the roof, you can think about how it's filling up your tanks. If you're interested, get in touch with the council about the retrofit service. So new properties have to have rain tanks these days, but if you've got an older property, the council will pay for a rain tank up front, and then you pay it back through your rates bill.
And you got a little note here, dormancy for pruning deciduous trees, roses. What are we talking about there?
Well, yeah, now that it's cold, those last leaves will be dropping off the trees, and it's time to think about pruning. Prune in June is the saying, so we'll be talking about that a bit more in June. But yeah, be aware that's coming up.
And lastly, just touch on Brussels sprouts and tulips.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of Brussels sprouts, but my boy is, so what do we have to talk about there?
There are people that try every year to grow Brussels sprouts, and some years it's just not cold enough, but it looks like this year might be a good one because they need the cold. Some things like tulips are the same. They do better with a bit of cold. It's just appreciating those certain crops which will be enjoying the cold weather.
Getting a good dose of the cold today anyway. That's Hannah Zwartz. We'll catch her again tomorrow, 2:15 on the Garden Show. Cheers, Hannah.
Kia ora.
106.3 Beach FM.